So thank you. Hi, everyone. Oh my God. I feel so overwhelmed. I can't believe how many of you are commenting right now saying hi. I can't even read your names. That makes me feel so happy and nice. Thank you guys. I didn't even realize it was like that. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I was going to answer your questions about whatever it was that. Yeah, I'm definitely not leaving this up. This is definitely weird. Okay. So I was going to answer your questions today about just witchcraft and tarot and astrology, but it looks like this is not staying up because it started before I thought. But anyway, yeah, okay, let's just, because I can't read your questions. There's too many of you commenting right now. I'm just going to go ahead and get started on some life updates, essentially, and then we're going to go into tarot and astrology. So, Moon in the 5th house, that means that your creativity needs to come from your emotions. Your emotions are going to be a big part of your creative talents, but I'm actually deciding to kind of drift away from astrology for a while because I feel like I've learned pretty much everything I can from it, and it's gotten to be a little boring for me. But I'll still incorporate it in my readings, obviously. I like Vedic Indian astrology better because it separates the signs into nakshatras, and the nakshatras tell a whole story, so it really gets a lot more in depth than tropical astrology. And also, I think I just have this rebel complex where if everyone's doing tropical, I want to do sidereal or Indian astrology because I don't know, I guess I have my therapist told me when I was younger I have oppositional defiance disorder, so that might be what it is. I just like it better though, and outside of jokes, I feel like it's a lot more accurate because it separates each sign into 3 subsections that tell you a lot more about the sign, which I appreciate. Yeah, and I feel like astrology is really not a tool used for predictions. I mean, I'm sure there's an astrologer out there who, can, but on the knowledge that I have right now, I realize that tropical astrology, astrology in general isn't something that you can use to predict your life. It's just not going to happen like that because there's something called God and the divine plan, and sometimes you're not supposed to know, and that's okay. So it happens, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. And I decided to do this live thing because my good friend Bridget Love here on YouTube, she is a Vedic astrologer and numerologist. She went live and I was like, oh, okay, she's killing it. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and go live too. But I also had another friend of mine tell me that lives were the future of the internet and YouTube. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to give it a shot, even though it's totally out of my comfort zone because there's no editing. And yeah, it's weird. It's definitely really weird. And no, I don't offer personal readings. The reason being is because they are very, very draining. And everyone who does personal readings, seriously, because they are very draining, and you have to have the right karma to give people advice. You have to vibe, and over the internet, you don't know if you're going to vibe with that person. And the personal readings, I would do a personal reading in person. If you guys ever saw me on public and you were like, Stargirl, oh my God, I would give you a reading, but I'm not going to do it online. And also, I always carry my tarot cards with me. So if I end up seeing one of you in person, if it happens to happen, then I would draw a card for you if you would allow me to. But no, I definitely don't do personal readings because those are draining and they take a lot of energy. Also, you know what? I will tell you this. The crazier the person, the more psychic they are. I don't know why that is. So if you want help picking out a psychic, I know, God, I know I'm gonna get so much like, oh, well, Stargirl sent this, because everything I say is like microscoped pretty much. But I just noticed like the crazier the person, the more psychic they are. It's just the truth. You want a psychic that has history. So, oh, thank you guys. Hi, Bridget. I saw Bridget out of this whole thing right here. That's because I felt her in the room. It was like really cool. So, my hair color is this color. This is my natural hair color. I finally got it to my natural color. I thought it was black for a while because I didn't remember my hair color, because I would just dye it a bunch of different colors because, fuck you, mom, I guess. Ooh, I don't know if I was supposed to. I'm sorry, guys, but no, I stopped dyeing my hair because I was like, okay, I'm going through my Saturn return. Can't be doing that all the time. So anyway, okay. Oh man, okay. I'm trying to read your comments. They're just going too fast. So your Lilith placement in your birth chart is kind of just where you feel scorned, like the black sheep. It's your succubus energy. People say that Lilith is a demon, and yes, I guess in like stories she is. But what I really liked about Lilith was, it was just the fact that, I've always related to being kind of an outcast, or I put myself in outcast situations because I find it inspiring to be like going against society. It like fuels my art. So I would always hang out at like the strip clubs and get to know the dancers. I was a house mom for the dancers at a club in Nashville, which I really enjoyed doing. Those girls are really smart and intelligent. And I did that. And I would just put myself in like alternative situations in life that were going against society, because I found those people to be the most inspiring, to be honest with you. And that's why I named my business Lilith Descendant, because it's supposed to be for the outcasts and the misfits, and it's supposed to be for those who feel scorned by society, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I just really like the counterculture of it, essentially. I don't know. Also, with beauty products, someone said something about beauty products. I use I try to use vegan products, but I wait till the last minute to get stuff. So I just use this stuff from Rite Aid. And it's like, I guess like I've always used it. Like when I was real poor, I use this too, just out of habit, And, I think it's good not to like spend money on things that are, I don't know. I see makeup as kind of like a thing I wouldn't really spend my money on. I guess for some people they would, but I'd rather spend my money on like tarot cards and I guess like traveling and like helping my friends out, having fun with my friends and stuff like that. I guess because I don't know. Makeup's just always like, oh, I have to do my makeup for a video. Oh, like it's not really like fun for me. Although, sorry, I was like picking like my retainers because I felt like they had something on them. God, I'm definitely not saving this because this is very awkward, because this is my first real live where I'm not ranting. By the way, happy Halloween, everybody. I have my Disney cup here. I really like it. I got it from Walmart. Do I believe in crystals? Yeah, I do kind of, but I think they're overhyped. I do believe they have vibrations. So the thing about it is like crystals, they carry with it vibrations, they carry with it energy, right? And I'm sure like if you use it in the right ways, you can utilize it. However, I do feel like it requires science. It requires like knowledge that most of us just don't have. Do I feel like wearing an amethyst, might heighten your psychic intuition? Maybe, but there's no like real proof. I mean, for me personally, I do use crystals. I mean, I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it's like I want to believe they work, so they do, or if they actually work. So, I mean, I can't really say, but I would say that they do work. I mean, I'm wearing amber right now because the psychic told me if I wear amber, it would help ground my energy. So I've been wearing amber a lot, and actually the clear quartz earrings do help with concentration too. So I don't know though. I'm not sure if they for sure work, just to put it like that. Jupiter return, please. Oh God, I just saw that. Okay, so your Jupiter return, it's just whenever you have a returning planet, it's just when that planet is activated. Do you set intentions for crystal jewelry? Yeah, I do. I mean, believe it or not, I feel very like grounded in reality when it comes to spirituality. I'm not as woo-woo as some spiritual people. I just have a hard time believing things unless there's proof or I see proof. So I don't really set intentions on jewelry like I should. I just kind of like wear the crystals because I mean, it can't hurt to use them. It can't hurt to help, right? So I do that. And I do with my crystal potions, I do charge them under the full moon because the moon's energy and rays does charge them. So I do that and stuff like that. But I just don't like, I'm not like sitting here all the time like, oh, I'm going to bless the jewelry. Actually, you know what's worked for me the best is just like asking the universe or asking God whatever you believe in, and also positive mindset. Making a vision board and setting out my intention. And if I ever feel fear about that intention, I'll try to remove it with like logical thinking, like, okay, well, you're feeling fearful because of this. And really like just mental health, setting the intention has helped with my manifestations more than anything, even though other things do help. So North Node in Gemini, this means that your Mercury, wherever Mercury is, so wherever the North Node, it amps up that sign's ruling planet in your birth chart. The North Node is essentially where you feel hunger, like you need a lot of it, like you have an obsession with it. It's like it's never enough, right? So, like for instance, when the North Node was transitioning my first house in Gemini, this was when, the first house is your appearance, right? This was like, the last few years, I was obsessed with changing my appearance and working out like 200 push-ups a day. That's why I looked like a bodybuilder. I mean, it was cool, but I overdid it with the exercise. So when you have North Node in the first house, you might like to spend a lot of money on your appearance. You might overdo it on the exercise. You just become hungry and obsessed. And when it's in your second house, this is normally when you get really interested in making money. The North Node in your birth chart, and it just depends where it is. It makes you hungry for all that stuff. And yeah, I still live in Las Vegas, and yeah, it's okay. It's what it is. I want to live in Australia really bad. I've been looking to move to Australia because I just think it's beautiful, and it's where my Jupiter line is, but I need to get like a sponsor. But yeah, I was thinking about moving overseas. Transitioning North Node, Rahu in your 8th house, I would say this is a good time for sex. I mean, sorry. Or like friends with, I don't know why I saw the Knight of Wands or something. It's almost like it's a good time to, I don't know, have fun if you're able, you know what I mean? So, anyway. Book recommendations, anything by David Icke, I have read probably a million times. He talks about the reptilians and the matrix that we live in. I love that. I also love, I love a lot of love stories or books that take place in like the olden days. So I really liked The Scarlet Letter, and I really liked Love in the Time of Cholera. And they're all books that were written like around 1800 to early 1900s. And they're just, you know, love stories that take you back to a different time. Because they're written in a different time. So I like all the classics, like anything by Jane. But I guess for information, I'm not really good with reading books with information. I kind of just read to escape reality, to be honest with you. Aquarius career, astrologer, tarot reader, doctor, anything to do with electronics or electricity. If you have placements in Aquarius, especially if you have like Saturn in Aquarius, or if you have a moon in Aquarius, this is really good for healers, really good for psychics, really good for people who do anything online or with technology. So, I mean, I think that my generation, people with Saturn in Aquarius, like around 1993, 1994, 1995, these people are going to be the ones that are really making money or making their legacy online, or, you know, the social media craze. We're the ones who started social media, right? Like, I remember MySpace came up, right? Yeah, no, it was MySpace and then Facebook, and yeah, people my age. I feel like that's like the Saturn in Aquarius or huge planets in Aquarius. They normally are the ones that build up this futuristic way of connecting people through social media. It's funny because I remember I was like in high school. No, I was in 8th grade, and I started my first YouTube channel, and yeah, it actually got a lot of views. Like, I was really well known in my state for my channel, and it was like pretty much how I did my hair and makeup when I was emo and scene. And my parents made me delete it because they were like, "Oh, this is bad. This you can't do this." And then when I made it on the internet, I was like, "Ha! I told you." So it was like a nice like haha moment, I guess. But do witches wear bras? Wow, that question was so passive aggressive. Oh my gosh. I think the more important question is, why would you ask a question like that? That was funny though. I'm glad I caught that one. I can't read all of these. Okay. Anyway, okay, so a lot of you have a lot of astrology questions is what I'm seeing. You know what? I think that if you're really interested in astrology, you absolutely should research it yourself. However, do not take astrology as God. Like, oh my God, if I have planets in this house, this means this and this means that. It's not like that, guys. Like, I used to think astrology was like that. Astrology just shows your tendencies, it shows your karma, it shows the cycles, but it's not going to tell you you're meant to do this, you're meant to do that, and this is the life you're going to lead. Some astrologers think that, but I don't feel that way, because there are so many different, I mean, I just don't, very few people have that information to do that. So what I would say is go to an astrologer that you trust, that's able to give you the general guidance. But after that, do what you feel. Do what it is in your life that you feel, and you'll learn from your success or your failure. Does that make sense? So yeah, I think that, okay, like, so for instance, if you have a 7th house, like a lot of planets in your 7th house, this is really good for business, any kind of business or law or anything like that. If you have a lot of planets in your Sixth house, this means service to others, like public servant, like, like what I do, like social work, helping other people, military, police, or just servitude in general. This is where you're going to get the most success. If you have a lot of planets in your second house with like the North Node or Moon, Venus, this is really good for singers. So a lot of like Elvis Presley, he's one of them. I don't care. I know he did. I don't know if he did stuff. We don't know about these celebrities, but I love Elvis Presley so much. He has I think a stellium in his second house of his throat chakra. So, I really feel like these are all things, like as long as you know the houses, you can really just figure it out. But yeah, it's really good to look at celebrities' charts and figure it out as well. So thank you about my hair. I like it too. Yeah. Your life path number, I think that, okay, so life path numbers, they really just show what planets in your birth chart I feel hold the most significance for your life path. And each planet relates to a certain planet. Each number relates to a certain planet. So this life path 1 would be the sun. So the sun in your birth chart, or your father. Your ego is going to play a huge role in this life. Life path 2 is the moon. So the moon's going to play a huge role. 3 is Jupiter. 4 is North Node. 5 is Mercury. 6 is Venus. 7 is K2, or the South Node. 8 is Saturn. 9 is Mars. Yeah. So, yeah, that's just... And yeah, like it's hard to explain. I don't know how much you guys know, but essentially numerology just relates to your birth chart and the transits, and it plays a significant role, in my opinion. That's just my analysis of it. If you go to different numerologists, they'll say different things, but it's just what I feel. Let's see if there is. I will be right back. I'll be right back, guys. Anyway, so you're feeling unmotivated because Mercury is in retrograde, and whenever Mercury is in retrograde, it makes your brain like mush. So that might be why Mercury retrograde messes with me so hard. Also, for the next month collectively, what you guys can expect is likely relationship issues because Mercury is going retrograde in Libra. In all of your relationships, you're going to have a reinvention of your relationships. X is coming back, rethinking your relationships, and just in general, this is a good time to reinvent the people around you, so that's what you can expect. And I would say like the best thing with Venus being 12 houses away in Virgo and sidereal astrology is heal wherever Venus is transitioning in Virgo in your birth chart. This is how you can heal your relationship. So Aries rising, heal your health, heal your finances, and it will in turn heal your Aries moon or rising. It will in turn heal your relationships. Taurus rising, heal your heal your fifth house, which is your inner child. Learn things that interest you, develop a talent. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising, heal your home life and your family, and it will heal your relationships. Cancer, rising or moon, heal your communication. Focus on like mindful communication, and also it's a good time to journal and write, see a therapist. It's a good time to reach out and heal your communication with others. So, it just goes on depending on where Virgo is in your birth chart. And yes, you can see people in your dreams. Probably when Rahu transits your 12th, or if someone's planets are in your 12th house, absolutely, you can see people in the dreams and also have dream connections. Yeah, I definitely have had experiences with stuff like that. I know I've dreamt of people before I even met them, which was really weird, which is very, very strange. I don't know if that's happened to you guys. Oh, thank you. I really want to do music, but I was told by many people, and I know this, that it's part of my path to be a servant to people, to heal people. It's just a part of my karma to do that, right? So my job will always be teaching and healing, but I am coming out with some short films and poetry and music that I'm doing, that I'm working on. I think you guys will really like it. But yeah, and I don't want to hear anything about bad placements, guys. I don't want to hear anything about it. So there's two suffering houses. It's the 6th and 8th house. Okay, like I have all my planets in the suffering houses. If I'm okay, you're going to be okay. No bad placement is going to make your life bad. It's just going to strengthen you. So, and I don't want to hear anything about debilitated Scorpio, blah, blah, blah. Like Scorpio, if you have planets in Scorpio, you're the phoenix. You transform, you come back bigger and better. So if you have planets in Scorpio, it's okay. It's like that Cardi B song, come down 9 times, get back up 10, right? So I don't want to hear anything about bad placements and life being awful and bad dasha, blah, 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 blah. It's fine. That it doesn't matter. Like if I got through the 6th and 8th house, you can too, trust me. It just means a lot of karma that you came here to do. You have a lot of pressure on you. And yeah, life gets really bad sometimes, like real bad. I was talking to my astrologer, besides Bridget Love. There was an astrologer I talked to called Spiritual GPS. Yeah, I was telling him that my Rahu Dasha, my 6th house, I literally thought I was going to die. And then Jupiter Dasha came in because life, right when you can't take anymore, life gives you something back. It's almost like right when you're like, okay, I can't do anymore. What is your favorite tarot deck? I would say I really like this one. I don't know, it's just the regular tarot, but I like it because it takes up the whole card stock, and I really like it because it's really shiny. I also like the mermaid one by Lisa. Forget her name. It looks like this. Really like that. Libra season is good for love and romance, and it's good for, as well, speaking your truth and your creativity. Because whenever I think of the sign of Libra, it has that nakshatra in it called Swati, which means priest, I believe. I don't know. But it's really good for like musical, doing anything to do with music, poetry, creation of any type, as well as romantic relationships. And so during this time, normally a lot of people get really into arts, music, creation, expressing themselves, talking. Also, I would say that this is a time to really work on your solar plexus chakra. Okay, guys, like this is something I channeled for Libra season. When the sun is in Libra, this means you need to strengthen your solar plexus chakra, which is the yellow chakra, your confidence, and notice how you feel around other people. Because some people, I've noticed, they'll latch onto your solar plexus and they'll drain that confidence and strength from you. So who's making you feel confident and who's not? Who's making you feel good, who's not? And also, other people don't dictate the way you feel, but pay attention to like the people you're around, and maybe set boundaries with people during this time if you notice like an energy drain happening, because the sun is your solar plexus, and when it's in Libra, this means like focusing a lot, or like your solar plexus being given to other people. So you have to see who's worthy of that solar plexus energy and who isn't, based on the way that you're feeling. And no, I don't have a TikTok, but I was thinking about making one. I guess like, I don't know, I have a hard time getting into TikTok because I don't know how to like condense information. It's a lot of editing, and I don't know, I'm like really lazy, I guess, when it comes to certain things. Let's see. Do you think there is how to be motivated? Eat good, take your vitamins, take your multivitamin, take biotin, take vitamin E, work out, and stay hydrated. It really does help. Favorite movie? My favorite movie is, I have a lot of them. I love Breakfast at Tiffany's. I love Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. I love all the classic movies. I could just sit there and watch classic movies all day. And I like 80s movies a lot. I love old movies. I can't really get into new movies. I don't know. Maybe I'm too stuck in the past. I'm too nostalgic, but I love anything that's old, and anything that takes me away from the current reality. So I like Avatar, like the movie Avatar as well. And I don't know. I love John Waters movies because he's from Baltimore. So Serial Mom and Crybaby. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of those movies. Yeah. And you know what? I saw that people were Googling what my sexuality was. I didn't really know it was that much of a mystery. I identify as straight and female. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what it is. But anyway. I mean, I wish. Sometimes I pray, sometimes like, God, why didn't you let me like women? But it is what it is. It is what it is. So anyway. Do you do readings in Vegas? No, I do not. I do not do readings here. I don't do them. So how did I get into psychic and tarot? Well, control of my future. I've always been drawn to it. I've always been really drawn to psychics and tarot cards, and I don't know. I've always been really into like the mysteries and the dark sides of life. And then, one day I watched an Alice Loves Exists pick a card, and then I was like, hey, I really like what she's doing. I could do that. And then my stupid self, I got the same tablecloth as her, right? The birth chart one. And it didn't occur to my head like, oh, well, that's like straight. I was just like, oh, I love what she's doing. So I was like, I'm going to get the tablecloth and the tarot cards. And then it evolved from there. But essentially it started, and then I was like working at Mod Pizza. I don't know if you guys know what Mod Pizza is in Baltimore. And I was so happy to get this Mod Pizza job, guys. Like I was like, oh my God, yes, I got this job at this pizza place. I got a job. And as soon as I got hired, I posted this video and I was like, oh, whatever, no one's gonna watch it. And the next thing I know, This Is Why You're Hot got up to 800,000 views. And yeah, that was like the best day of my life. I was like, oh, wow. And then it became like my job, which is weird. There's always a fear with YouTube though, that, it's like you always have to keep evolving if you're online, if you're a creator. That's why like I really commend people who move on from YouTube and they do TikTok and they make their own business or they do Patreon, like, because you have to always keep evolving or else the world will move on without you. So yeah, if you guys are interested in social media or YouTube, I would definitely say always evolve past YouTube. Always evolve your videos, evolve your content, keep up with the trends, keep up with the times. Don't get stuck, because that's where you'll die. Like you have to just keep evolving. And yes, I am going to visit France one day. I am. I've always wanted to visit France. I've never been outside of the country, but I really want to travel really, really bad. And I can't go blonde because my hair is too coarse for that. It just turns orange or else it dies. So I did like my hair blonde though. It was nice. Blondes are beautiful. I love blondes, but I just can't be blonde without my hair like getting really stiff. And my skincare routine, biotin, take lots of biotin, vitamins. I have really bad acne. Like I get acne right here and right here. It's real, real bad. And painful. So I started taking biotin and it got rid of my acne. And I would say I use like one of those brushes that are mechanical that swirl around, right? With the acne medicine. And then I'll tone it after with witch hazel. And after I tone it with witch hazel, I'll put on vitamin E oil on my face. And I'll do that once a day. And always wash your makeup off at night. I didn't do that for a while. Definitely do that. And also like eat good, eating good, not eating junk, like that really does help. And my ethnicity, I'm half white, half Korean. Oh no, I'm not Japanese, I'm Korean. I love Japanese though. Like I always say like the Japanese are beautiful and I also like their music, but we're like the neighbors, I guess. And no, I changed my eye color with contacts before. This is my natural eye, but I used to wear green contacts to make makeup pop out when Rahu was in my first house. But psychedelics, I mean, if it's a part of your path, be safe. I mean, I'm not going to say either way. I don't personally do it because I don't like being out of control of my body. But for some people, it helps them, if they go to someone professional. But I don't want to say either way. I do know people have done it. It helps for some. But I don't do drugs, psychedelics, because I don't like feeling out of control. Yeah, like because with psychedelics, it's hard for you to control your mind, right? Like if you do any sort of drug that is meant to awaken your consciousness, you can't control where your mind goes unless you're very focused. So it's not really my thing. I would rather just like meditate or, try to do it without that, because like I'm getting scared just thinking about it. I'm not into that stuff at all. I do not like it. Like, no way. My biggest role model, when I was younger, I used to have role models, like a lot of role models. It was Brody Dahl from the Distillers, and Courtney Love from Hole, and Kathleen Hanna from Bikini Kill, Kurt Cobain. I really admired those Riot Girl. That's why it says girl, like girl, because I liked Riot Girl music. But now not so much, because I feel like having role models or trying to mimic your work after another artist is always going to be a disservice to yourself. And this is for all those musicians out there, like artists, don't mimic another person's style. Don't do what they're doing. Don't mimic another style. Don't mimic a type of genre. Do your own thing and what feels right to you and is true to you. And that's how you're going to be remembered for a generation. Do not, like, this is like one of the things that I see with musicians who don't make it. I'm telling you, it's like the fact that they try to emulate something that's already been done or a certain style, and they're not tapping into their truth and their authenticity. They're almost like playing somebody else. This is always going to be a disservice to you, your art. It's going to make you hit a dead end. You came here to be a unique individual. Express your uniqueness in your art and your music, and this will always give you success, always. And it's hard to tap into that. It's hard to trust yourself enough to tap into that. But when you do, like, this is when you really, that's when you become an artist that people really notice, and not just like fame, but like real fans, like people who really admire your work, like real satisfaction from your work. So try not to have role models. Don't like look at anyone on YouTube or on Instagram. Don't look at these influencers and go, this is what I need to be doing. I need to be like that. No, you don't want to follow what they're doing and be like that. If you want to make it, be your own person, because just trust me. Just trust me. I just know. Okay, guys? Like, yeah, I just know. I have Jupiter in my 5th house of Libra. Like, I just know. It's like, I just know this shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I can speak Korean, but I don't want to like be disrespectful to the language, because I'm not that great and I sound very American, I've been told. And a meet and greet, I would love to at some point. I want to expand my channel, guys. Like, I want to be on a ghost hunting show really bad. I've always wanted to do that. I want to do a meet and greet for you guys, but it's just like, the reality of it is there's COVID. And it's just not like what it was a few years ago. YouTube is changing, the internet is changing, and everything is changing. You guys probably feel it. It's not the same. So, yeah. Do I feel lonely? I think everyone's lonely. We're all lonely. You can't guarantee that other people are feeling or thinking or seeing the world the same way as you, even though you're communicating. Like, no one else is in your brain, just you. So we're all pretty lonely. Me, am I lonely? No, because I'm a workaholic. I mean, you guys, workaholics out there, you probably know what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't get lonely because you're like, work, work, work. Like, you're working too much to get lonely. Or I don't know, I just do too much to be lonely. If I feel lonely, I normally clean or I work or, yeah. How do you get over a breakup with a Scorpio moon? You don't. You don't. They are. Why are all you Scorpio moons coming for me? Oh my God. Anyway. No, I don't celebrate witchy. I don't really, I don't know if that makes sense. But it's weird because I'll pray to God, but I'll do tarot cards, and I believe in Indian deities. I just like, I don't know, guys. Like, I guess it's like I just can't really commit to one religion. I just think it's good to learn everything. Like, learn a little bit of everything and then come to a conclusion. I can't give you career advice for sun signs. Sun signs are like so non-important in my version of astrology, because to me it's just like your outward expression. I don't know if that makes sense. I just don't. Okay, so I think I'm done with this. I'm gonna try to do this more, but next time I think I'm gonna start doing like zodiac sign talks. But anyway, it was a lot of fun, and I wish I could have read some of your comments. I'm really sad that I couldn't. Like, I tried to, but I'm also really thankful for everyone who came on here today. But anyway, guys, I will see you later. Bye. Bye. Okay, bye for real.